Every year, Which tests thousands of the products that you rely on every day. And we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Which reviews are 100% impartial. We don't accept freebies from manufacturers, and we have no owners, shareholders, or government departments to answer to. So our work is on behalf of you, the consumer.
In a world of misleading claims and fake reviews, we test everything, from everyday items to big purchases, so that you don't have to.
We then put them through tests and assessments that go beyond the accepted standard to work out how well these products work for you and what's not worth your money. And a Which membership not only gets you access to our reviews, it also funds our non-profit campaigning work, like getting scam ads banned on social media and ending broadband and mobile mid-contract price hikes. And right now, podcast listeners can become a Which member for 50% off the usual price by heading to which.co.uk/podcast offer.
Hello and welcome to Which Short. I'm James Rowe. Thanks very much for tuning in. Every Wednesday on this podcast, we delve inside one of the Which magazines. So that's Which Gardening, Which Tech, Which Travel, or the original Which Mag. We then choose a piece that was written by one of our brilliant journalists, and then we bring it to life, giving you loads of free everyday advice. This week, we're asking the question, who are you really buying from online? In the March edition of Which magazine, Claire Webb explored the origin behind the unsafe products flooding into the UK through online marketplaces. Here's Claire's piece, adapted for the podcast, this week read by Ollie August.
Online marketplaces. As new, shiny and official as many of them may look, shopping through them is much like the Wild West of internet purchasing. Last year, 349,000 consumer goods were seized at Felixstowe Port, the UK's largest container port. This mountain of dangerous products included toys, electrical goods, cosmetics and e-scooters, many of which were destined for online marketplaces. The problem with online marketplaces, though, is that they aren't held to the same standards as traditional retailers and have no clear legal responsibilities to prevent unsafe products being sold. Despite this, these days more of us are shopping on them than ever before. According to our survey in December 2024, more than half of respondents do so around once a month or more often. And it's a tempting option for their convenience, big product ranges and quick delivery. Amazon revolutionized online shopping in the noughties by opening its platform to third-party sellers, allowing small-scale vendors to easily sell products to customers on the other side of the world. But it didn't take long for cracks in the system to appear. The number of Chinese businesses selling through Amazon Marketplace has steadily risen, and in the UK they made up 39% of the top 10,000 sellers in December, up from 20% 8 years ago, according to e-commerce research firm Marketplace Pulse. But if something goes wrong with a purchase from a third-party seller based overseas, there is often no one in the UK to hold to account. The abundance of third-party sellers on marketplaces has made it tougher to find out who you're buying from. Our survey found that only half of those who use online marketplaces check where a third-party seller is based before buying. And it's not particularly easy to do your due diligence, as we found out when we looked at sellers of a sham product, so-called energy-saving boxes. These plug-in devices claim to work by smoothing household voltage and optimizing the performance of appliances, saving on costs. In 2022, we tested 6 bought from eBay and Amazon and found no evidence that they actually work. Worse than that, all of them failed basic UK electrical standards and were a potential fire and electric shock risk. Seemingly identical and similar models are still widely available on online marketplaces though. We checked out 30 sellers of these boxes on 5 marketplaces: Amazon, eBay, Temu, AliExpress and OnBuy, and 25 were based in China. 21 gave legitimate company numbers, but we found it impossible to verify addresses using Google Maps, although this could be a translation issue. Only 1 in 5 gave an email address, even though traders must, by law, provide consumers with contact information. So, to find out what sort of controls platforms have to prevent the sale of dodgy products, we went undercover. Last summer, we created a fake seller account, and in minutes we were able to list a dangerous electric heater, identical to one recalled by the authorities due to serious safety concerns, on Amazon, eBay, Etsy and TikTok Shop. Only Amazon belatedly removed it, so we reported it ourselves. But even then, we were easily able to relist it on eBay and Etsy, while TikTok failed to remove it entirely, until we officially approached the platform with our findings. Amazon, eBay, and Etsy all told us safety is a top priority, but none of them closed our seller account even though we'd listed and relisted a dangerous product and violated their policies. 3 months later, we relisted the same illegal heater from the same seller account with the same product image. eBay removed the listing within 24 hours, but it remained on sale on Amazon, Etsy, and TikTok Shop. When we put our findings to Amazon, Etsy, and TikTok, they removed our listing and again told us safety is a top priority. They said they have measures in place to ensure products comply with applicable laws and regulations and their policies, including automated controls and manual moderation. The convenience, choice, and prices offered by marketplaces are hard to resist, but often come at the expense of safety. 4 in 10 of you are confident platforms ensure products on sale are safe, but our investigations repeatedly prove otherwise. We've exposed dozens of dangerous products on marketplaces, from defective smoke alarms to electric heaters. More than half of 23 toys we tested from third-party sellers posed a danger to a child. The charity Electrical Safety First, or ESF, has long warned of fire risks from poorly made e-bike and e-scooter batteries invariably bought on marketplaces. In London, they caused 179 e-bike and e-scooter blazes in 2023, causing 3 deaths and injuring 60 people. ESF's head of public affairs, Wayne McKay, says dangerous products sold via online marketplaces is a systemic issue that urgently needs addressing. He says more of us than ever are shopping via online marketplaces, but the law has not kept pace with this shift, leaving the consumer disadvantaged and at risk from dangerous goods. The British Toy and Hobby Association, or BHTA, recently tested 75 toys from 11 online marketplaces and found 85% were unsafe. A further 8% were also illegal as they lacked the right markings or warnings. The most common issue are toys with accessible high-strength magnets and button cell batteries that can be swallowed and cause serious damage. Sam McCarthy discovered the dangers of magnets after she bought ball-bearing style miniature ones from eBay for her 10-year-old son. A few weeks later, her 2-year-old Rebecca began vomiting. At first, Sam thought it was a stomach bug, but Rebecca complained of pain and clutched her abdomen. An X-ray revealed that she had swallowed 14 magnets and needed emergency surgery. The magnets had clamped together inside Rebecca, rupturing her intestines, but luckily the surgeon was able to stitch them together. Her parents were told to watch her because the scar tissue could tear when Rebecca grew or was active. She's now 5 and hasn't needed surgery again, but Sam was later diagnosed with PTSD and her son was also traumatized. She tried to contact the eBay seller, but it had gone from the platform. eBay didn't comment on this case, but told us it's committed to ensuring goods sold on its platform are safe. So, will new laws solve the problem? For years, we've called for marketplaces to be legally responsible for preventing unsafe goods from being sold on their sites, and to ensure there is better enforcement. The Product Regulation and Metrology Bill is expected to become law in the summer, and could pave the way for new legal duty on marketplaces. We believe that it's vital to protect consumers, and we want the bill to be strengthened to ensure these responsibilities are directly addressed, rather than merely enabling legislation further down the line. We believe if you're the victim of rogue traders, online giants should not be able to shrug and walk away. So, what are your rights when it comes to unsafe or illegal products? And what should you look out for in the first place? Be especially careful when buying products where safety is a consideration. In particular, cosmetics, toys, and electricals like heaters and chargers. We've repeatedly found issues with cheap, unbranded items from third-party sellers on online marketplaces, from unsafe power adapters to crib toys. Next, be wary of brands you haven't heard of. Online marketplaces are awash with copycat products that are often poorly made. Find out if the brand has an online presence outside of the marketplace. Look for a reputable-looking website and see if it has a contact email and returns policy. Plus, check reviews on other sites. Be aware that counterfeit goods are becoming more and more tricky to spot. For example, Trading Standards officers from the port of Felixstowe seized 500 counterfeit Dyson hairdryers last year that were an electrical shock and fire risk. Buy well-known brands from their official marketplace shop or reputable retailers. Wherever you buy, make sure you check out the seller. Look for customer feedback on other products. Are they based in the UK, and do they provide contact information as required by law? Check the delivery details and their returns policy too. Shipping times and costs vary hugely for products sent from abroad. And when it comes to your rights, check if the marketplace has guaranteed refund or buyer protection policies, as Amazon and eBay have. This is especially vital if buying from an overseas seller. In principle, you usually have rights, but it can be difficult to get the cash back if the seller doesn't respond or won't comply with your rights.
That brings to an end another podcast from Which. There's loads more for you to read about everything we discussed today. Just head to the episode description for more useful everyday advice. There you'll also find an exclusive offer for podcast listeners like you to become a Which member for 50% off the usual price, giving you access to our product reviews, our app, one-to-one personalised buying advice and every issue of Which magazine across the year. Plus, your membership helps us to make life simpler, fairer and safer for everyone. If you'd like to know when we release a new episode, then make sure you press subscribe wherever you're listening. That way you can be one of the first to listen. And for any questions, comments or anything in between, follow us on social media at WhitchUK or email us podcasts@which.co.uk. Goodbye.
Leaking roof? Car won't start? Needs to renovate? Here's what to look for when getting a trader to help. A recognised endorsement, where expert assessors set the bar high. Genuine customer reviews, so you don't get duped by cowboy fakers. A clear code of conduct to give you an extra layer of security. A robust complaints policy, so you can resolve disputes fairly. And the Which Trusted Trader badge that says, choose me with confidence. You can trust Which to help you find the right traders for the job. We run thorough checks on traders, put them through in-depth assessments, then we give them the actions to make improvements and only endorse them when they've actioned them and made the grade. So, to choose with confidence, head to which.co.uk/traders or search for Which Trusted Traders.